responsibility to do it. We know that, the corporations continue, like oil and gas sector continues to pull in, very big profits, even while, their output is decreasing, or there's greater costs, or they're laying off people. So we need to stop subsidizing this industry. Just like, we have a welfare state basically for oil and gas. So that needs to shift. And when it does, these operations just simply aren't economically feasible anymore. But that's again, separate from the workers. There's a really cool, I'm sure there's many different initiatives like this, but the one that I know about is called, I think, Iron and Earth. Have you heard of that?
I don't think I have.
You gotta check it out. I'm pretty sure it's Iron and Earth.
I'm writing that down.
They made a couple of videos, but basically what it is, in terms of the oil sands, like a lot of people come from all across Canada. Lots of people from the Maritimes where I used to live come out here and work, and a lot of young guys, young women, getting into this field. So a group of them came together and said, look, we're in this field, but it's not like we're in this field because we think oil and gas is really good. Like these are viable jobs, and we're technically trained to do this kind of work. And so we're not committed to oil and gas. What we're committed to is having good jobs where we can use, this incredible, knowledge that they have, these incredible skills. And these skills are applicable. So this Iron and Earth, kind of organization, I think they did really good work because they showed that there's a whole group of people who are working in the oil sands and other types of, oil and gas sector kind of jobs that want that just transition. So they're saying, hey, Canadian government, train us up.
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing?
Let's go. Is it solar? Is it renewables? Is it, micro hydro for communities?
Yeah,
is it
BC,
reforestation? Is it, there's all kinds of things, but in particular, because they have those high technical skills around mechanical systems, what does that look like? And to see them instead as a resource. And I just think it's a great initiative because it starts to debunk that idea that there's two separate camps. It's actually
we need to depolarize this. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it still is a very polarized issue, but it's nice to see little cracks in that. Yeah, that's kind of the world we
as
live
of late.
In.
Maybe you should say something more just about our fundraiser, Naomi, just how you can donate if you.
Oh,
want.
Yeah.
How can we donate?
Yeah, it's true. We talked all about it, and all the prizes you can win, but how do you actually donate? Well, very, very easy. Just go to our website, www.thejellyfishproject.ca.
We'll include the link when we post it on our podcast on our website. We'll include the link to the Jellyfish Project, the website, and also how you can donate.
Perfect.
Either through Canada Helps or just some more information. We'll even include a link to if anybody else wants to listen to that song. If we include that in the interview, but I will include the his SoundCloud because it was very touching and
nice.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Gotta include. He's got some great music. It needs to get out there because it was very touching and
nice.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Gotta include. He's got some great music. It needs to get out there. Going forward, what's the plan for the Jellyfish Project?
We're hoping to recruit more bands in the province and across the country. It would be really terrific if we could have one band in each country. I mean, in each province, rather.
That would be cool.
We would also like to be able to have our presentation translated into French and have a French-speaking band deliver it in, certainly in Quebec or those parts of the country that have French immersion schools or French-speaking schools. That can be done remotely as well.
One thing that we have on the horizon is we're about to receive some funding from a community foundation in California, they have a donor advised fund, and there's a donor who has a connection to our project and thought, this is a great way I can help kind of advance their mission. So what we're wanting to do is just help youth tell more of their stories on how they are demonstrating active hope. So what are they doing that has made a difference in their lives and their community? What issues are they working on locally? And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, the idea that everyone has a role to play, but the roles don't look the same. Like how you might want to have an impact and help build a beautiful world might be by, going out and becoming a politician, or, rising to the top ranks of some corporation, or it might be demonstrating in the streets, or it might be, transforming the landscape in your backyard to increase local biodiversity and support pollinators, or using your art to, motivate others to have a greater appreciation for nature. There's so many different things. So we'll soon be launching a project that aims to provide a bit of a platform for youth in BC as well as across Canada to tell the stories of what they're doing and how that's impacting their communities, so that we can help amplify and hopefully inspire others to see like these myriad ways you can, be a part of this great adventure of trying to save the humans.
That would be nice. And when you launch that, that'll be on your website?
Yeah.
Okay,
that'll be coming up this summer.
Keep checking the Jellyfish Project website for that. And you
can sign up on our e-news list too, or send us an email if you want to get more connected.
Perfect.
Finally, it would be really terrific if the listeners of this podcast know of young eco-conscious bands.
I was about to ask if there were some bands that wanted to get involved with the Jellyfish Project. How would they go about contacting you?
info@jellyfishproject.org.
Excellent.
Or .com. That is
.org. Yep.
.org.
And I'll just say, like, to make a little pitch for that, like, this is a great win-win opportunity. So if you're a young musician, but you're not yet out there doing music as a full-time job, like many people can't yet, right?
Exactly.
But you want to, work on improving your stage presence, your comfort in front of audiences, and you also really care about the environment and want to, spend time in your life knowing that you're contributing to making a difference. This is a perfect win-win. We help train the musicians to deliver the presentation. We work with them to customize the presentation so they're really comfortable and are able to talk about the things that matter most to them. And then they get a bit of income from it, right? So we actually pay our presenters to go into the schools. And so that can really help, a young struggling musician to be able to not have to get, however many X other jobs over here not related to their music, if they just have this little extra bit that comes in from doing JFP presentations. And what we hope in general is, a lot of the times how we organize these presentations is, we can book schools in, and then maybe that band can then kind of create a bit of a tour based on the areas that they're going to deliver to school presentations. So you can kind of, go do a presentation at a school, and then maybe that evening you're playing in a local club or pub or something like that. Once we actually get to the point where we're playing in little gigs like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a great experience. If you're, if you haven't toured yet, you want to do some, just dip your toes in the water a little bit, and you help save the planet at the same time, which is great.
Enjoying good music at the same time.
Exactly. One concert at a time.
Yeah, there we go.
Boom, there it is. Is there anything else before we part?
No, I would just say thanks again so much. It was such a pleasure to chat with you, and this was really fun. And it's nice to know that you're having these conversations with a bunch of other organizations and just sharing, what the great work people are doing. Because I think we need. Our news is full of what's wrong with the world. But there is so much happening that, is right. And humans are incredible. So, I think if we rally more around that, we would really see that we got this, we could do this.
So how'd the interview go?
I think it went pretty well.
What was the best part of it for you?
The best part of it was kind of hearing, what their future plan is, and hearing that anybody can kind of get involved with them, even if you're like a musician. They are looking for musicians, so that was pretty interesting. One of the best parts of the interview, and I don't recall if we kept it in, was talking to Daniel Kingsbury's mom, who was I think it was Bronia, and we were talking about his music and the connection that I had with one of his songs. that was for me one of the best parts because it was an actual like connection with another person. It wasn't, you're supposed to do that in an interview, but it felt nice.
That's excellent. That's great. Well, listen, thanks very much for filling in. I hope it helped.
Thanks, Don. Pleasure to be here. I would love to do it again in the future sometime. Thanks for having me.
That's another edition of the Conversation Lab. This radio program and podcast is produced by CFRO-FM in Vancouver's downtown Eastside. We're on the territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Our gratitude and thanks to them, as well as to the many not-for-profit organizations, community groups, and change makers around the world that support this program. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please consider becoming a member of Co-op Radio to support this program and the many others produced by hundreds of volunteers. If you have a story to share or know someone who does, please have them contact us at coopradio.org, theconversationlab.ca, and on many social media and podcasting platforms. This episode was cobbled together with some help from Brian McKinnon, Kimit Sekon, John Massacar, and Julian Anton. Thanks, guys, and thank you for listening. I'm Don Shafer.